Steve Rose, professional boxer. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Now, what got you into boxing?
Actually, a buddy of mine. Well, I was watching on TV, but then a buddy of mine, he took me to the gym because we used to play around in like high school and do all the slap boxing stuff, right? And he's like, yeah, you should come to the gym. And he brought me to the gym, and I was hooked. I caught the bug. I started going to the convenience store, buying the little Ring magazines, and
then right off the bat, right there.
I just knew what I wanted to do.
Now, you started professionally, was it 2011?
2011.
How was that feeling, like your first professional fight? Did you have the jitters, or how was that?
I didn't really have the jitters. Like, even now you get those nerves, but it's not like you're scared or anything, and you can control them. But I was more excited than anything.
I can imagine.
Because it was like, I've been waiting for that day for so long to turn professional.
And when it comes, it's just a highlight, basically.
It was.
What was your most memorable fight to date, if you could choose one?
Well, my most memorable fight would probably be Gennady Golovkin at Madison Square Garden.
The Mecca. It doesn't get bigger than that.
It doesn't get any bigger than that. I mean, although I didn't get the result I wanted, it was still just an amazing experience to, go through all of that stuff. I remember actually I didn't even want to do like press week. They're like, you got to come out to New York a little bit over a week before the fight, and I was like, I just want to go for the final press conference. But honestly, it was probably one of the. I'm so happy I did because it was like one of the best weeks of my life.
What separates you now from other fighters? If you could put that, like, what separates you, your drive or whatever it may be?
Yeah, well, I know my drive and my work ethic, just being professional, always in the gym. Like, I don't take any breaks. Sometimes I gotta be told to calm down a little bit and get a little rest. But yeah, it's just my work ethic. I don't. I know there's other guys out there that work hard, so I can't really speak on what other fighters do. But I know that about myself
for sure,
and I know that's why I've gotten to the point I've gotten to in my career.
The pressure and expectation of a professional boxer.
Yeah, there's a lot, but it's more me. I'm like my worst critic, so I'll put like the most pressure on myself, right? But it's just through the experiences of anything in life, you just learn how to deal with it.
Now, you're saying accomplish, that word right there. What do you see yourself in the next 1 to 2 years?
Well, hopefully, we can get a world title shot by the end of this year sometime. I got a fight coming up, obviously, and I gotta concentrate on that, and I'm not looking past that.
How do you deal with setbacks when it comes to boxing?
I just tell myself like this is part of the game,
Yeah.
and what the end goal is, and it's not really a loss, it's more of a learning experience. So the more experience that you can gain, you ask anybody that's successful how many losses for learning experiences that they've been through.
Training at the West End gym with like the whole, like, I call it, I always joke around with Stevie, say like the whole Avengers, because you got yourself pound for pound one of the best, you got Ryan, you got Lucas, you got Josh. Like, how's that whole cast there, knowing that all those top tier guys are behind you there?
It's great. It's all those guys are really good dudes, and it's a healthy competition.
Of course.
When you have a gym like that and, there's no animosity, and I don't even like to use the word teammates for boxing because, we may have the same trainer, but usually in boxing, it's you, your trainers, your strength person, everything. Usually I use the word stablemates, but in terms of these guys, it's like a brotherhood.
Praise you have for, like, let's start with Stevie and stuff. Like, what does he mean to you?
Yeah, no, Stevie, he's a head coach and he's a trainer. Great dude. And when it comes down to trainers and all the things you want from a trainer, he definitely checks all the boxes.
Well, what does the sport of boxing mean to you?
It means everything to me. It means everything. I've been doing this for 21, 22 years now, so
Veteran.
And I've met a lot of great people as well with this family, people that I consider family. So it's probably one of my first loves.
Now, who's your GOAT of boxing if you could choose? Like, obviously people have the Muhammad Ali's, they have this, they have that. Who's your GOAT?
Man, that's a hard one. In terms of just boxing, like skills,
yeah,
I would say like Floyd is hard to go against somebody like Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah,
I mean he's probably the most complete fighter ever.
You're always in the corner of Josh Wagner.
Yes.
Now, how do you see like the future plan for him? Because he's 17-0.
Yes.
How do you see now his
he has a bright future. As long as he stays focused and he seems like he is, and he'll do things. I remember Josh from when he was a little kid in amateurs, but he's definitely got it. He's got the talent, and he's got everything that you want to see.
The whole Canadian scene now, the whole Canadian scene of boxing, are you a fan of it?
Yeah, I'm a fan of it, and it seems like it's slowly rising. You know, you're seeing more fights and stuff like that here as well. Quebec's always been pretty big with that kind of stuff. But I'm very happy in seeing some of the guys and the prospects that we have coming out of Canada. Even, like I said, some of the guys I train with.
You're saying earlier on as well, like you, like say your legacy, like you said, leave a legacy, inspiration for like the youth and stuff. Like, is there any advice? I'll say they look at you and they'll be like, I want to do what Steve Rolls does. Like, what's the advice you give to the youth?
I just tell them to stay disciplined and keep their eye on the prize and be patient. Just like the things that I told you that have taught me a lot in boxing. I give the same advice to them, just to stay focused and keep putting in the work.
All said and done, what do you want everybody to remember Steve Rolls as when it comes to your boxing legacy?
You know, just somebody that was a positive influence, somebody that didn't give up, and a real fighter, inside and out, through and through.
Exactly, couldn't have said it better. Pound for pound, one of the best, I say right here in Canada, or perhaps in the world, Steve Rolls is in the building. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, of course.